Hello everyone, it is I, the Candy Cup Sweets, and welcome back finally to a new episode of Recap Races number 5 for the 2025 County Cup Sweets season. 1 week late. So I was a week late, I was doing other stuff on the main channel, as you could probably tell. But it's better late than never, I guess. So, 5 races, you know the drill, 5 races to recap, and we'll show the point standings. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting things off, race number 17, which took us to Michigan International Speedway. Jeez, this feels like ages now. So like, was it been ever like a month or two now since Michigan happened? Jeez, I really need to catch up on this. Then again, we did have enough weeks, so it makes sense. Anyways, Jacob Hughes finally got his first win this year in the progressive car. No shocker here. Jacob is always good at Michigan. I mean, he's got most of his wins have really come Michigan. He won in 20. Well, his first win here. He got another win here in 22. And he's come close to the last 2 years, but hey, finally got another win in 24, 5, so good for him. He did hold up a hungry 6-1 car, Cameron Perkins, who was all over that rear bumper of him, battling side by side for the lead for quite a few laps. Jacob was able to hold him off though to grab his first win of the year, so Perkins have to finish runner-up. But hey, I mean, Perkins has been totally dominant this year. Might as well start learning some of the other drivers trying to get the first win. Also, I believe as well, this is Toyota's first win of the year? No, second, because Reddy won Las Vegas. Second win already for Toyota. Jeez, first win as well for Joe Gibbs Racing as well. They have not had a good year so far, so a step in the right direction so they can choose finally getting that first win. Ashton Jackson, continuing his strong momentum, comes home third. Gracie Jackson fourth, and Xander Padfield somehow got a top 5 in this race. It's pretty known. It's known that Xander has kind of struggled in the intermediates recently, but nice top 5 for him. Always known to get a nice top 5. Alfie Cook 6, Charles Liddell 7th, Fagan Bishop 8th, Pete Williams 9th, and Gemma Waby somehow got a top 10 this race. One of the random times you get a top 10. Interesting. There are a few instances this race. You can see a lot of big drivers DNF. It was on most of them came for a restart crash. Abigail Pentland got turned through the middle from Maisie Sparks, collected several cars. Freddie Lama slammed into the outside wall, collecting Lewis Norman. As the Prescott spun to the inside, Maisie Sparks spun to the bottom racetrack. Maisie was the best. Oh yeah, and Alfie Cox also got involved too. I guess kind of closely. He was one who got into Maisie, who then got into Abigail, which triggered the multi-car pilot in turns 1 and 2. So take it as you will. Maisie did come back from the 15th though, but you could tell that car was pretty hurt. And Prescott, he did also continued on, but he fell that down late, finished 32nd. So tough break that for him. And Megan Bell also got collected as well, clipped the last second, ended up DNFing. What's not new there? And there was another incident as well. Elwin Howes, Lewis Braylett finally got into each other, ending, unfortunately, Elwin Howes' good recent runs at Charlotte and Nashville. So top rater for Elwin. Lewis Braylett, he did kind of recover. He finished a lap down in 33rd though, but at least he finished, unlike Edwin, who DNF, so top rate for Edwin. Corey Randall also DNF'd as well, some mechanic issue in the 27 machine. It's kind of common at this point, 27 car will have some sort of issue. It's 20-point racing, what do you think? As other drivers, notable drivers, Alfie Lyons comes in P12, Olivia Zaxon comes in 13th, that's pretty impressive. Lewis Goodrum got 16th at intermediate. Well, can you even count Michigan as intermediate? I guess so. Millie Bars, McKenzie, Ryan Cook got 20th. Shout out to Ryan Cook, getting in the top 20. On the second half, you got some drivers who did struggle this race. Ethan Hudd, who for some reason struggled at Michigan. I don't know what happened, but that's going to be something key you should keep an eye on because Ethan for some reason has struggled recently. I don't know why. You know who else struggled? Ryan Wilkinson, 26. I'm not even going to ask how he got there. He was just on speed. He just finished 26 casually. Even Dom Hawkins beat him. That's a concern. That is a concern. He wasn't involved in any incident as well today. So just finishing 27 just pure pace is just uncalled for. Anyways, after this race, we did have enough weeks. So it'll be another 2 weeks to our next race. So well, let's head into it now because we're not waiting 2 weeks for that. So after our 1 week off, we are back at Pocono Race Wheels. I like to call it Kokomo. Thank you, Vince Rose, for that one line. Anyways, yeah, so we're at Pocono for the only Pocono race on the schedule, and finally, Megan Bell finally got us out of victory lane. At long last, the 12 team finally woke up and locked in. Megan Bell finally picked up her first win of the year. Had to go against Abigail Penland, as Abigail Penland really good at Pocono. If you're going up against someone, it's usually Abigail Penland at Pocono. So pretty impressive. Abigail still for her first one of the year, still trying to break a 1 or 2, dating back to Rockingham last year in the second race of last year. Unfortunately, comes run up here, top rate for Abigail. She is dying for that, dying for another win. She is trying, so trying. But you can tell the pace on that 70 car has been dropping off in the last few seasons, if you ask me. But back to Megan Bell. Finally getting our first one of the year, ending what has been just a terrible, terrible year so far for her. But hopefully this is a spot that can put this 12 team in the right direction. Fingers crossed on that part there. Peggy Bishop comes on P3, strong run for her. She did get caught up in an incident with Alistair Prescott. Prescott trying to clear it in front of her, beginning of stage 2. Wasn't clear, spun Alistair around, slammed him hard into the inside wall, ending his day. Top break for Alistair. He's also had some struggle with runs as a recent as well. Ever since Nashville, he's just been struggling. They're having with that 2014, but they've been plummeting in the results a little bit. Lewis Bridge, shout out to him, ran the top 5. Good run for Lewis. Maisie Sparks recovers from a 15th loss versus Michigan to come home 6th. Millie Boyle, shout out to her, coming in P7. Tricar Garage equipment. Pretty impressive. Ashton Jackson 8th. Ryan Wilkinson, thankfully, locked in this race, finishing P9. And Gracie Jackson ran out top 10 in the 10th position. Perkins kind of was not really a factor today. Comes on 13th. Interesting. As other drivers, I should mention, Leva Zaxton comes in P16. She really is such an underrated driver, honestly. Can put equipment inside the top 20. Finishing P16. Not bad at all. And then Jacob Hughes finishing 19th. He literally just won the following race and then finishes 19th. Don't worry, that's gonna be a new norm for these next few races. Because spoilers, that one win he got is only top 5 he's gone of these 5 races. Just throwing out there now. Elwyn Howell's also gone back to struggling as well, finishing 21st. Yikes. Kotkis also went back to struggling with Xander Padfield. And I thought Michigan was actually a turnaround for him. No, finishing 24th here. What a surprise. Alfie Lyons also struggled. Chelsea Liddell finishing 28th. She got a pit road penalty late, speeding on pit road. And you know how poking it is on passing, so unfortunately she finished 28th. Top rate for along with Jane Bradley, also got caught speeding on pit road as well. Chelsea on that last pit stop, finishing 30th. Top rate for her. And then everyone else is just, the back markers you usually see. Two other drivers, as you mentioned as well. Lewis Goodwin, Thomas Kennett. Goodwin got turned by the 42 car of Connor Little. Yep, Connor Little getting out again. Though this time it was Lewis Goodwin who came down and ran in front of Little. Spun him around up turn 1. Came right back in the racetrack. Clipped last second Thomas Kennett. He slammed hard into the outside wall. Lewis Goodwin smacked the outside wall as well. Thankfully, both drivers were alright, but a pretty nasty crash up in turns 1 and 2. Thankfully, both drivers were alright, and spoiler, both of them would race the following race, even though Lewis was complaining of his back. But it turns out that back is healed up pretty quick, I would say. So, good for him. And that's it really for Pocono. Nothing else to mention. Oh yeah, and Jalen Ducky also went off 10 with 1, but that's just I'm just throwing in some stuff now because it's Pocono. Not really much happens at Pocono. You know what track does bring action though? Atlanta, being race 19 of the Kenny Cup 3 season, and it being a night race. Yippee. There was a lot of action in this race, being Atlanta being the hybrid two-speed racetrack now. A lot of stuff happened this race. What is getting to the finish? Gracie Jackson picked up her 4th win of the season. Can you at least, Gracie, can you please save some wins from other drivers, please? She's starting to hold these wins up now. Jesus me. 4th win of the year. She's continuing to show why she is one of the greatest drivers right now in the series. Even though she's in like a second full-time year. Definitely a rising star. Hands down. It wasn't the photo finish though, as Cameron Perkins, the king, the GOAT at Super Racing, comes runner-up. Barely, by like 2 1,000ths of a second. Literally the same margin as the Charlotte finish when Perkins got Gracie by an edge. This time, Gracie got Cameron by an edge. So, revenge, I guess? Karma? Coincidence? I think not, but hey. Those 2 drivers right now are like 1st and 2nd in points, so what can you really say? They are the best drivers right now this year. So, of course, they finished 1-2 again. I would say behind them, the Penske duo, really strong. Megan Bell comes in P3. See, there's the momentum. There's the speed she was bringing. Comes in P3. Alfie Lyons, shout out for him, P4. Pretty good job for him. Considering the fact Pocono was not a good race for him. Alfie Cochran has top 5 and 5th. Lewis Norman, shout out to him, finishing P6. Courtney Wright 7th. A lot of 4s inside top 10. 4s were definitely a force to be reckoned with this race. Until the end, when Gracie and Cam got around them at the end, but that's not saying anything else. Olivia Zaxton continuing her underrated performance, coming on P8, Evie Williams 9th, and Ethan Hard finally getting a nice top 10 in the 10th position. Shout out for him. Riley Willis, though, shout out to him. Coming on P11. He's also good at these two races. Comes on P11. Good run for Riley Willis. Prescott had a pretty decent run, 12. Lewis Goodrum. So Buchanan comes on 14. Riley Pope got 15th place finish. That is real nice for him. Dom, Katie, good run in a racing equipment, comes on 17th. Mackenzie got caught up in a crash. We'll get to in a second. Boyles and Howard Francis on top 20. And yeah, as you can see, there was several cars at the DNF. We'll get to like the first one, which was kind of minor. Coming out time 4, midway through stage 2. Megan Rutt trying to clear herself from Mackenzie, was not, got turned to the outside wall. She would go behind the wall, but she would come back out. However, she would finish 42 laps down. So, pretty different for us. But it could be worse. She could be behind the wall. At least you were on the race to finish the race. So, that's a positive, I guess. Mackenzie was kind of off the pack most of the race, but he did come back to finish 18th after, well, the massive one happened, which we'll get to right now. Lewis Braylett at it again, though this time it wasn't even his fault. Olivia Zaxton shoving the yikins out of Braylett to the back bumper. Too much. He got turned into the outside wall, collected Macy Spurts, Ashley Hickman's bunched inside, and everyone else behind just piled up behind. And literally it was... Which was funny, because, like, you know, the cup race before, or the night before, you know, Denny Hamlin, Gregson, they caused a massive one, taking out, what, 26 cars? Literally, this was the same exact incident. Braylett getting turned right in front of the field and taking out everyone else behind him. Like, the list. Thomas Kennett, Abigail Petland, Xander Padfield, Ryan Wilkinson, what a surprise. Jacob Hughes, Ryan Kirk, Jake Hodgkiss, Lily Wilkinson, Matey Sparks, Freddie Larmer, Ashley Hickman, Lewis Braylett, Ashton Jackson, unfortunately, Jalen Durkley, Gemma Raby, Peggy Bishop, Chelsea Liddell, all got piled up in this crash. Several of them DNF, few of them did continue on. Tom finished a lap down. Just, why, I know it's late in the race, coming to 10 to go, but, like, didn't have to shove that hard, Olivia. Jeez. Had to recreate the big one, the massive one in Atlanta, part 2. The night after. Come on. Don't do that, please. But, yeah, so, that happened in Atlanta. Intense racing all around, 3 wide racing all over the place. You know Atlanta, it's always exciting. And it ended in a photo finish. One of them classic Atlanta photo finishes. Gracie Jackson gets to win Atlanta, 4th win of the year. And now on to one of the better races of the year, into one of the most boring races of the year. I'll just get into the race winner. Evie Williams won the race by like 14 seconds at Road America. Race number 20. We'll get to the incident in a minute, but after the incident, Evie Williams basically led every single lap after that. Like, she was unstoppable. No one could stop her. She led every single lap, but apart from the lap before, apart from the lap she was on pit road for before the end of the stage, but that doesn't count because she pitted, and mostly everyone else did as well. After that, she led every single lap after that, so the 05 team definitely showed some strength here today. I mean, Evie has finished second at, like, all the other road course races this year, so it was about time she was going to finally win one, but I didn't expect her to win by, like, 14-ish seconds. What is she, SVG now? Jeez. Far behind, Megan Bell got to 2nd place. Again, continuing the strong momentum after a win. Nice. Dana Padfield, always good at road course, comes home 4th. Alice Prescott 4th. And Courtney Wright ran a top 5 in the 5th position. Megan Rush, shout out to her, coming on P6, another good road course winner. Coming in P6, Lois Braylett, her teammate, finishing 7th. Perkins 8th, Hodgkiss 9th, and Mackenzie ran a top 10 in the 10th position. And other notable drivers, Darius Zamal continuing her another road course king, coming home P14. Gracie Jackson, though, struggled for one. I think this is like the first race in a while. Gracie's shown no speed, finishing 15th. Not really best at road courses, but at least she can still finish top 15, I guess, which is something. Norman, Abigail Pentland, Freddie, Tom, and Maisie all ran at top 20. Some drivers did struggle behind. Ashton Jackson got spun out, went off track a few times, finishing 24th, top 8 for him. Ethan Hard, just never good at road courses, coming home 30th. Yikes. And Lewis Goodwin and Dom Hawkins got together up in, I believe, turn 4. Unfortunately, top break for them, leaving a lap down at the end. Ouch. Okay, now on to the big crash. So, Evie Williams would have had some competition if Ryan Wilkinson and Riley Pope weren't torn up in a restart crash at the beginning of stage 2. Basically, what happened, they pitted, they decided to stay out to take the points at the end of the stage. Restarted about mid-pack, some drivers had in pit. And went back racing, both of them side by side. And then Courtney Wright, who obviously finished 5th, decided to do her best bulldozer impression and decided there's a gap between these two, right? No, there wasn't. Taking out both of them at the same time, both Riley slammed hard into the outside wall, Riley slammed hard into the inside wall. He came back in front of Phil, collected several other drivers. Jacobs Hughes, Alfie Lyons, he's also good at these road courses, unfortunately, tough break for him. Charles Liddell and Ashley Hickman all got collected as well. Alfie Cox, Madison Powell, and Ryan Cook were all collected too, but they continued on in the race. They didn't have much to really any damage. So tough break for them. I mean, Alfie did come back to finish 11th, so that's something, I guess. But just why Courtney become a bulldozer for, I do not know. Like, it's early in stage 2. Hold your horses at least a little bit. No, just takes up several cars. I actually did get back on the race, I finished in 19 laps down, so yeah, I actually just, again, another good road course driver, finishing 38th. Yikes. Not a good day for some road course runners, especially Riley Poe. One of the three races where he will be in contention for, and will in contention for this race. Unfortunately, Dave came to an end, finishing 41st, tough break for him. Also, Bella Ford DNF2, something happened to her, she had some damage, but NBC for some reason didn't show the replay, so I don't know. So she finished 37th DNF, so tough break for Bella, I guess. On to the final race. And finally, race number 21 goes to Worldwide Technology Raceway, a night race, because, geez, it is hot in Worldwide Technology Raceway in the daytime. Peggy Bishop gets the win. Some people could argue her first win of the year. I mean, obviously Daytona. She won Daytona, but that ended in a tie between her and Lewis Goodrum. But this time, no ties here. Went out there, passed Alice Prescott, the dominant car of the day, grabbed the second of the year. Good job for Peggy Bishop. Like I mentioned, Alice Prescott, the dominant car all day long, unfortunately, coming in P2. Still a good run for him, definitely showing some speed. Like to see Prescott kind of wake up here and start showing some more championship speed. However, as we look at the points in a minute, he is pretty far back from the points leaders. We'll get to that in a second. Aga Pentland, though, looked to also be a pretty good car this race, coming in P3, though she fell back late, finishing P3. Hickman P4, and Freddie Lama finally getting another top 5. He's kind of struggled recently, but again, a decent top 5 here. Grace Jackson 6, Macy Sparks 7, Ethan Hyde, finally, good run from at last, coming on B8. Ashton Jackson 9th, and Cameron Perky ran at top 10 in the 10th position. Everyone else you can kind of see down there. Ryan Wilson, how did you finish 17th? And Megan Bell, unfortunately, her top 5 speed finally came to an end for 16th. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, at least it ended like a mid, 20th place finish, I guess, which is something, so yeah, good for her then. There were a few issues this race, a few brake rotor issues, 2 of them bite the dust. It was Corey Randall, brake rotor fell up in turns 3 and 4, spat the outside ended his day. Again, it's a 27 car, it has to DNF. It's the norm. Like, now everyone's making this the meme. When is the 27 car going to enter the caution? It's like a racely thing now. Every time the 27 car qualifies its way into the race, everyone is just waiting. Alright, when's the 27 car going to wreck? Yeah, wrecked. 42nd. Yikes. And unfortunately, with Jackson also, brake rotor failed up in turns 1 and 2. Rode the outside up there in stage 3, unfortunately, tough break for her. She's had some good finishes as well, so tough break there for Libby, finishing 41st. You only get 1 point this race. So, ouch. And James McKenzie also DNF'd as well. No brake rotor failure. He blew a tyre up in turns 1 and 2, batted high into the outside wall, ending his day as well. So, tough break there for McKenzie. He's had some good runs as well recently, so this is definitely not going to help him in points whatsoever. And other no drivers, Courtney Wright, I've mentioned as well, she's also kind of struggled as a racer. She's finished in 21st. Ouch. Jacob Hughes finished in 24th. Why is the 77 car all of a sudden struggling? It's like Jacob and Megan have just kind of switched roles. Now Megan's getting results and Jacob is just struggling. Like, what happened? Seriously, I would love to know. Lewis Goodman also, why is he all of a sudden struggling? Why is he 30th? Why? Love to know the questions here, guys. Love to know these questions. But that's results from Robert Lady. Peggy Bishop grabs her second win of the season. And here are the point standings after 21 races into the year, now officially past the half a point of the year. And yeah, we only have like 2 drivers left for championship contention at this point. Everyone else is in red. They are currently out of championship contention, but obviously they can point a win back in championship contention. Keyword is could. I won't say they can at this point in time because I mean, come on. Gracie and Karen have over a 100-point lead over third place Evie Williams. Like, it's not even a joke anymore. However, the gap did shrink between them. Perkins is still the points leader. However, Gracie is only 1 point behind him, though. So, I'm just keeping an eye on these next 5 races. They're going to be interesting here for these 2 drivers. You can really see who is really the best this year. Well, right now it's Perkins, but I mean, both of them are kind of equal on speed right now. Eva Williams has finally pulled away to take 3rd in points. How long that will last, though, I do not know. Peggy Bishop went to 4th in points. Good job for her. And Matey's back to top 5 in 5th. Alfred Prescott fell up to 16 points after being 3rd last episode. Ashley Hickman 7th. Courtney Wright surprised me. Finished currently 8th in points after all the ups and downs she's been involved with. And surprised she's even 8th in points, honestly. Ashton Jackson 9th, and James McKenzie's fallen back to 10th in points. I do want McKenzie to really get a top 10 in points this year. I mean, he's like his 4th full-time year in County Cup. And yet to finish top 10 in points. So, fingers crossed he'll get it done this year. Ethan had 11th. Alfie Cott's definitely rattled up 12th in points. Jacob Schutz back to 13th. Petland 14th. Liddell still on course for our worst points finished statistically in 15th. Frey Lama currently leading the Rookie of the Year standings. He's currently 16th. No, not by much over Lewis Braylett. Middle between them, Megan Bell finally moves up to 17th in points. Finally starting to move up. I mean, she's not going to win championship at all, but top 10 in points is not far off. I mean, she can get there if she can get some good runs in still. Xander Padfield has fallen back to 19th in points, and Jake Hodgkins finally got into the top 20 in points at last. Finally! It's a miracle. Ryan Wilkinson, though, 21st! You know, there's rumors that, like, Xander Padfield is going to leave Hendrick Motorsports by the end of this year. What? I mean, he's not even worse than Ryan. Ryan just had the worst luck at all this year. 21st in points, with 2 wins. Yikes. Mega have a good year this road. 22nd in points, good room, and then everyone else down low is just drivers. You usually are kind of back here. One thing I will mention, though. Dom Hawkins got around Lewis Collins for 35th in points. Meaning, finally, Lewis Collins is like the worst driver right now in County Cup. It's a miracle. And that will do it for another episode of Recap Races for the County Cup Series, episode number 5. Next video will be in August, I should say. So tune out for that one. We've got some interest coming up. We've got Crown Jewel Indianapolis. We got Dover, which was ran yesterday, but I'm not showing it today because that's going to be in the next episode. We got Watkins Glen, Iowa, and Richmond. So a lot of interesting racetracks, minus super speedways, but a lot of interesting tracks coming up. So that'll do here for County Cup Series. We'll see you all in the next episode. This is after the County Cup Series, though. Sign out for now, though.